So, short one expected tonight. This is, it's a little late. I'm starting, so I don't really have many plans tomorrow. Well, I do have plans, but nothing like too pressing. I just kind of want to get a good night's sleep because it's been a really long day. Lots of eventful stuff happening. I'll just say that. So, Dark Hand I don't think I'm really going to be using. I think I just had that out for fun. But, let's see. Dragon Slayer's Axe. I don't really know what our plan was. I kind of totally lost track. I did, after the revelations of last stream, I said I was going to stream it, like wait until DLC came out, but I was impatient, so I did go on my main character and I forged the Lothric Greatsword, which is pretty cool. Still, it's not really a weapon I'm planning on using, but it's cool to have. So, we're gonna want to have... Yeah, I guess Pontiff Sullivan's bonfire is gonna be the quickest. Yeah. So, I won't get too much into my day, till people start showing up, but just to give a synopsis, I own a new car now, and, well, I guess that's really the long and short of it. There's not much more than that. I own a new car now. There's been a very long lead up to that point, but I own a car now. New car now. Pre-owned. Not technically new. If you want to nitpick. You know. But it's kind of been a long time coming. So I'm happy to have it. I feel a lot safer, and my school semester is starting up soon, so my last semester in community college, so it's good to have it taken care of. So, oh, shoot, you know what? Let me see if I can tempt fate and do this. Because I remember last time... Well, for one, I think we missed a couple of, what's it called? Ah, shoot. Oh, did I knock him off? Yeah, he fell in the pit, for sure. Ah, asshole. What was I saying? I think we missed some crystal lizards, possibly. More importantly, though, this section coming up here, we couldn't access for whatever reason. There's a fog wall right down this stairway, so... Yeah, we're just gonna head down here. And I don't think there's really anything we can use even, it's just gnaw or... No, it's a witch tree branch. Huh. It's funny to find here. Interesting. Well, so there's that. I don't know if it's going to be useful to us. Maybe it's by killing this one? I'm not sure. Yeah. That's what I thought we're going to get, is the Gnaw miracle. Or I don't know so much miracle, it's more of a hex or dark miracle. I'm sure it's a miracle though, I'm almost certain. It's a spooky... Apparently it's described as like insects, like dark insects gnawing at you. Which does kind of call back the imagery of the Bloodheads. Yeah, Dorhis is gnawing. So Dorhis is gnawing, let's check out the description just for fun. Oh, right. Summon great insect swarm to feast on foes, and it is a miracle. Dorhis, the deranged evangelist, summons great insect swarm to feast on foes. Those who linger too long on the brink of the deep will often slip. Dorhis is sure to have wallowed in this darkness, intoxicated by its peril. Very spooky. So I guess that could potentially be Dorhis. I'm probably butchering that. I'm not sure how you'd pronounce that. Dorhis? Dorhis? I don't know. Dorhis. Anyways, I was looking into the Kingsfield series recently. I was strongly considering playing them. I actually own Shadow Tower and Eternal Ring, which are kind of spin-offs to the Kingsfield series. And I played a little bit of Shadow Tower, not so much Eternal Ring, but I got ROMs of those, or ISOs rather, of those two games on emulator, which is legit since I do own physical copies of them, so I was thinking maybe I'll try them out sometime, and maybe by extension I'd like to give the Kingsfield series a shot sometime. It's a pretty interesting set of games. I watched some gameplay, especially of like, oh hi there, of like the finales of some of the games, and like I did read a big lore dump of just kind of the generalized storyline and the happenings of the Kingsfield games, or at least the first couple, and it's interesting. Seath is actually a major plot point in there, and I think there's even like I don't know, I could be wrong about this, but I seem to recall in one of the Kingsfield games, or maybe it was Shadow Tower even, there was a statue you could get that looked exactly like Seath. It was like the grandfather of magic, or like effigy of the father of sorcery. I don't know what it was called.
Whom?
But there was definitely like some kind of call, or almost call forward. You know, in Dark Souls, it would be a call back to Kingsfield through the appearance of Seath. But Seath doesn't appear as a dragon, like, in his physical form. He's actually, like, an angel at one point. And I mean, I think they're characterized as being dragons, but he kind of morphs, which sort of fits with his character, I think, because there are some hints at, like, him transferring bodies in Dark Souls 2. There's some mention of that, or at least that's how I read it. It was kind of like, you know, the one who created Man, Scorpion, Tark, and Najka. I think it's Najka. You know, he changes his form so that he can seethe for all eternity, and I thought it was kind of a clever play on words they were going for there. I don't know if that holds any weight, because the thing is, so much was retconned in, or after Dark Souls 2 with Dark Souls 3, or just maybe not retconned, but kind of flat out ignored in a lot of cases. So my impression is kind of like, things in Dark Souls 2 may have happened, but probably don't matter so much, you know? I don't know. And then in the case of Dark Souls 3 anyways, like, it's not so much, we don't really have any appearance of Seath, we just have his influence still kind of emanates throughout the land, you know. You've got the Grand Archives, and you have the crystal magics that Osiris becomes obsessed with and ends up, you know, becoming a dragon in the process of this whole thing. So, I don't know. There's a lot to it, you know. There's a lot of different kind of plot lines that go on between the games, and I've kind of come to the point, like, the lore is really deep in, you know, each aspect's individual rights, but I feel like the whole of it becomes a little more murky, just because there's so much of it. I think it's hard to keep consistency there, you know, and bouncing, you know, Miyazaki being more of a overseer, coordinator guy, just kind of be like, alright, you can do that. It's like, you know, I'll take this back later, but... And Dark Souls 2 did have trouble in its production anyway, so maybe some of that stuff was remnants of the original design of Dark Souls 2 before it kind of got torn apart and built back together. Or, you know, I don't know. Maybe it's just interesting kind of readings of parts of the lore or expansions to it. But I think as their own games, they all carry an interesting... I don't know how to put it. Oh, Jesus. Forgot how easy Alva is. Oh, actually, though, if we can get him on the defensive, maybe? He's really bad with this ledge right here. See? Like, okay. maybe not as bad as I was mocking him for, but we'll see what happens here. Ooh. I'm saying this now, and then I'm gonna fall off the cliff myself. You know, it only makes sense. But he at some point for me, or on multiple playthroughs, he's gotten like kind of, I don't know. He's tracking you and kind of like circle strafing at you, but he circle strafes past this little ledge here, and just yeah. See? There you go. That's exactly what I'm talking about. I'm glad he proved my point there. I was like, Alva, you gonna do this, buddy? It's like, I swear, Alva just talked. It's like, Alva's not gonna talk now. Now that you said that. I'm not crazy. He does it. I'm not doing it. Just because you said that, I'm not gonna do it. But no, in the end, jump scare. Yeah. It's a little cheap, Dark Souls 3, but it's okay. It did legitimately spook me the first time it happened. It's pretty spooky. So yeah, Kingsfield, Seath, and Gyra, who kind of came back in the form of Calamite, I guess. Kind of the dragon of calamity and destruction. And then Seath, like, neither of them are really portrayed as benevolent at all. But I guess Seath is supposed to kind of take, like, the upper side, or he's supposed to represent light within Kingsfield lore, I think. But then at the same time, he's also very, like... I'm pretty sure he's the final boss of one of the games, either 2 or I don't know which one, but he certainly becomes, like, antagonistic at some point. Which is neat. The other thing with Kingsfield was it always had kind of a... It seemed to have a pattern of having a plot line of, you know, there's this corrupted king, and if you look at any of the Souls games, back to Demon Souls, like, the corrupted king is kind of an archetype in these games. That's like... That's how you know what kind of FromSoft experience you're getting in for. Ow. Alright, I'm gonna cheese you now, so... Sorry to say. It's gotta happen. Thought I saw somebody behind me. It was just a cage. Oops. I tapped R2 by accident. Let's go now. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, this is locked, so I gotta go back there later. But in the meantime, we'll just grab that. Hi. Can I backstab these? I don't think I can. Either I just have very bad angling, or... No, I'm pretty sure you can. See, what are these guys called? The ones who have the giant, like, humanoid mass of, like, leech bug things. What's up with those guys? Because when I read the name Pus of Man for those big abyssal creatures, I thought that it was actually referring to, you know, those guys, the pussy, these guys, because I usually think pus, I think, like, that would appear how these guys kind of appear, but I don't know. So yeah, this is kind of the not so well received aspect of this area is these friggin' jailers. They just reduce your max health temporarily. They just reduce it, and they can go way far down into your health reserves. How much do we have right now? Brought it down to 57 health. Pretty much something could like breathe on me and I could fall over dead from that sort of max health loss. But what I have to say in response to that is at least they're not winter lanterns, because winter lanterns were like that, but worse, I would say. Another jump scare. Let me bring up stream chat real quick. Oh, I tapped it with my leg that time. And I see... Yeah, they're totally coming after me. Hold on. Oh, let me drink. Let me swig. Take a swiggy swig. Oh, damn it. Alright, we just don't want to get hit by that. Excuse me. Just gonna put this here if you don't mind. Very good. Oh god. Yeah, we got another one. Can I just hide? And not deal with this? Oh, we do still have Ashen Estus. Holy crap, yeah. Gonna cheese you so hard. Like you've never been cheesed before. I think this being my first, like, mage-centric playthrough, it may very well also be my last. I can't say I've enjoyed it thoroughly. I think continuing the horror, I may opt out and do something a little more interesting. I was eyeing the great sword of Artorias. We pooled our souls to buy that last stream, so you know, considering it, I think it might be worth checking out. I'm really worried. Okay, good. I'm really worried if one of these guys turns all grody, because if they do, I'm gonna be totally fucked. I think this one does. I don't know. Well, it's okay. We just won't give him an opportunity to do so. Alright. How much did we get done there? I think we got everything except, yeah, over there. So we'll just bolt over there, do what we need to do. Otherwise... Yeah, we went through this whole section, so we just have that have to do now. Good. Here we go. How long have we been going now? Really? Almost 20 minutes? I said this was going to be short, but maybe time flies faster than I comprehend. So, that's alright. So let's get our... back. No, I muted you. There we go. No, excuse me, pardon me. Thanks very much, but no thanks. Not interested. So what else have I been doing? Been watching Ritz Praise, long praise on King's Quest, which are pretty great. I've kind of just been binging a lot of their long plays because they take up long periods of time and help pass the hours, especially when I'm working on pixel art stuff. It helps a lot. Just to have some background noise, you know. Because I've watched those things enough times at this point, it's not so much to watch them, or even to comprehend them half the time, aside from, you know, recognizing the occasional joke that I'm fond of. Actually, my favorite example of that is Darkseid 2, which is like one of my favorites of theirs. I watched that like all the goddamn time. It's embarrassing, but like the amount that I watch that is like kind of ludicrous. But the opening of it, it opens up on Cyberdream's opening logo, and I forget who says it. I think it's Diabetes. Diabetes just rocks it from the outset of that whole series of watching through Darkseid 2. But he says something like, "I'm going for a triple word score here," as like these letters slowly come out of this weird furnace. I don't know what the heck their opening logo is supposed to represent, but it's just weird as hell. He's like, "I'm going for a triple word score here," and then they kind of start their intro up and they're explaining the game, and then there's another logo, I guess, of the producers or whatever, and it's a red and white orb, and then he says to Slowbeef, "What's your favorite Pokemon?" And then I think it was Surrey Studios Canada was the name of the producers. So he's like, "Oh, my favorite Pokemon, Surrey Studios Canada." I don't know. It never fails to make me laugh, just a little bit. It's such like a, I don't know how to describe it. Oh god. It's just such a great. You just know you're in for something good when you watch that intro. They're just top of their game from the start, and I really love it. It's really funny. Yeah, that Kickstarter non-starters I'll sometimes watch through a bunch of. I like watching Chip Cheesum's stuff he did with Ironicus for the Rets of Prey stuff. They stopped doing that, but I watched their early LPs of like No More Heroes and Beyond Good and Evil. Those were really great. I had a lot of fun watching those. I watched some of the new stuff. I think I watched a good portion of Uncharted from them, and some of the Metal Gear stuff. But oh, and all of 50 Cent Blood on the Sandwich was hilarious. That was an experience, but I don't know. If you need recommended silly, riffy game stuff, content, then I can wholeheartedly suggest those guys. I like them a lot. Anyways, okay. That went alright. I think this thing will attack me, so I'd rather get at least a swig in before I rush him. They're not that bad, honestly. They're just this big creepy Schmeagle things, but they drop simple gems, or they can drop tailbone spears and tailbone knives, I think is what they drop. This guy, though, interestingly, will never attack you. He's completely docile, so he kind of throws you off. He throws you off for the next couple that you run into, because you're like, oh, they're kind of cute in a gross way, and then they start fucking you up, and you're like, what the hell? I thought you were all right. But no, he's the exception to the rule. The rest of them just want to murder you. At least I'm pretty sure. Some of them are like they just kind of cower in the corner. They don't want to deal with you at all, but you know. I'm trying to think what else I've been doing aside from the Dark Souls streams. Oh, yeah, Duelist. Duelist is free on Steam, free to play on Steam. It's a very kind of collectible card game sort of a deal. It takes a lot of design beats from Hearthstone. I mean, obviously, it's a very successful formula, so why not? But I'm not talking about like the actual gameplay. I'm talking about the features of it. You know, the way that gaining currency works and then using it to buy packs of cards, which in this case are like units for your generals and whatnot. Basically, you have 6, I think, different factions, and they have, you know, character-specific units, or class, what is it? What did I just say? Yeah, character-specific units, and then you have a section of general units, and all that includes, I think all the spells are character-specific, but then units, you know, you have the class-specific variety, and then you have the generic ones that anybody can play. And I don't know, it just, all the game modes you kind of would know from Hearthstone, and I'm not a big Hearthstone fan. I played it enough to kind of understand it, but it just didn't rub me so much the right way. I feel like card games are fun to an extent, but I also feel like depending on, you know, what card you have and this and that, there's less, I don't know, there's an amount of luck inherent in that, and I'm not as big of a fan of that. And that's still totally true of Duelist, but it's not a card game. It's actually like a tile-based or grid-based strategy game. Kind of, people have compared it to Final Fantasy Tactics or Fire Emblem. It doesn't play out on like a game world, though. It's just, you know, square. It's competitive arena sort of strategy, you know, if that makes sense. These guys aren't giving me an opening at all. Ah! One's dead. That should help significantly. But yeah, I found it really enjoyable for a good while. I've gotten down to like rank 24, I think. And it's starting to present the problem of, here's people who have been playing for much longer than you and have better cards than you and know how to exploit, like, you know, any balance issues that might be present. Because the game just came out, so that's gonna happen. But there's one character, like the Abyssal something or others, and she, the general of that one, all her spells and her special ability, which are called like Bloodborne abilities or Bloodborne spells, everything that she can do revolves around, even her units revolve around making like these 1/1 creatures, just like kind of throwaway dudes, but they become so overwhelming that they block you off to a lot of other units. And then she has units that whenever something dies, it gains points. And that would be okay maybe if, you know, like it were your own units, because then at least it's on you. But no, it's any unit. So if she suddenly sacrifices all of her 1/1 guys, which can happen, is pretty easy to do, because they attack you and then your units automatically counterattack them. So it's not really up to you, you know, who's gonna attack what if on your enemy's turn. If they attack you, your unit's gonna counterattack, which becomes the situation of, you know, didn't want that to happen, but now you got to deal with it. And suddenly the enemy that's stuck behind this horde of the little guys has like, I don't know, 10 health and 10 damage. It just becomes a juggernaut from being like a normal enemy, and that's like, I don't know, it gets kind of insane, and that character is just so easy to overwhelm you with. And yeah, there are counter strategies to that. I even made it like I have spells on the character I play, who's more kind of like brute strength sort of stuff. Like, not entirely. I forget really what his kind of theme is. I guess that would kind of be it, is just a lot of, I don't know what really distinguishes him. A lot of buffing your units, and I don't know. It feels like kind of a good, interesting, all-rounder offensive class that I like to play. They're called the Magmar something or others. But I like them a lot. I like their character designs and that sort of thing. They're kind of not quite Eldritch, but like they've got a sort of like alien or reptilian tone to them, which I like. So I play those guys, and he does have like these screen wipings, or not screen wiping, but like any enemy that has like 1 health or below 3 attack or something like that gets destroyed instantly by it. So, sorry, I'm taking, this is like the most drawn out explanation ever. Basically, I used this thing during an online match with somebody who's playing this Abyssal character. And so I'm like, alright, I did something smart there, because they had like 9 of the things out. I was being overwhelmed, so what I did was I used either that or something similar that that took care of all of them in one fell swoop. It like cleared the board, so it reset kind of our situation. Not 2 turns it takes for them to get back pretty much the same amount of them, and also bring up that monster I was mentioning earlier that gets a buff every time any creature dies. Like, any minion dies, this thing gets a buff. Which is like, it's just the worst. So, even though I feel like I played smart there, like, it's way too easy for her to pull that shit again and overwhelm you again. And I don't know. I don't think it's even, like, a matter of her getting lucky and drawing the right cards, because, like, 75% of the cards and the abilities that she has are all make more mooks. Like, 1/1 mooks. And that's... I don't know. It just seems a little excessive to me. So I'm hoping they balance her out a little better, or at least give some more feasible counters to her. Because right now it feels a little too strong. I'm about to get cursed! Fuck! Oh wow. I have barely ever been cursed, but that just happened. Holy crap. I shouldn't have panicked. I was just rolling around like a madman. But it's okay, we got what's important over there, which was the, we killed the Mimic and we got the key. Really, I could have just gotten the key and ran, but... Or if I killed the Mimic first. The Mimic doesn't spawn it, it's the key chest, so... That was my bad, pretty much. Is there a shortcut down there now? I forget. No, we didn't get to shortcut territory. But we can drop down this way, which saves us a little time, I guess. Ow. Oh, how are we looking? Are we beef jerky? Oh, we are beef jerky. That's okay. We bought those stone thingamajigs. Oh, and now I can do this. Oh, fuck. No. Ah, damn it! What was that? 10,000? 20,000? It's not that bad, but souls I would have probably preferred to keep. It probably would have only been like 1 level up, if that. It feels so stupid. Oh, man. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna try and make this a short night. We're only gonna go through like 1 area. The other stream a couple days ago was like 6 hours long. It was at least leaning on that. It was getting close. And yeah, we got through Smoldering Lake. We explored the entirety of. We did the catacombs. We did, or finished off the catacombs rather. After the catacombs, we did what's it called? What the hell am I doing? Why did I do that? I'm not thinking straight, I'm sorry. Like I said, it's been a really long day, and I've had a headache for like half of it, so I apologize if I'm not up to par on my usual gameplay abilities. Not that they're that great in general, but, you know. So what was I saying? And I completely blanked. Oh, right, so the other day, progress we made. We made it into Irithyll and all the way through Irithyll. We finished that. We took care of Aldrich, our second Lord of Cinder. And what I was hoping for tonight is, because they kind of come in sequence, once you start hitting the Lords of Cinder, they just keep coming. Pretty much, or at least the first three do. They're very quick in succession. It's just kind of, you know, Lord of Cinder, area, Lord of Cinder, area, Lord of Cinder. Just, you know, very quick. Especially from Irithyll, you got like two options pretty much, who you want to approach first. So... you know what? Let's go down. Yeah, let's drop down here. Oh my god. How much health that takes off just to fall. Oh, we got Profaned Flame. Oh god, he knows we're here now. Fuck. Stop it, please. Oh my god. Oh! Please tell me... Oh, that barely even hurt the rats. The horde's still after me. Fuck. Guys, you gotta chill, please. No! 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 Fuck you! Oh, Lord! And finally he kills them. Good job. Thanks for the support, Giant. You big jerk. You big dummy.